Often, licenses are seen as a commodity which are simply allocated to users to allow them to access the resources they need. However, licenses can have a significant cost implication for a business. Let's take a look at how to manage licenses for your users within an enterprise. When you assign an Office 365 license to a user, they'll receive access to many services. Let's view one of our new users, Bianca. I'll select Bianca, and then I'll select licenses and apps in the menu. And here we can see the business has 4 licenses: Enterprise Mobility and Security, Office 365 E3, Office 365 E5, and Windows 10 Enterprise. I want to allocate an Office 365 E5 license to Bianca. I'll select the Office 365 E5 license, and we'll notice that there's 35 apps that are contained within that license. If I allocated another license, let's say Windows 10, notice that the apps increases. If I wanted to allocate an Office 365 E3 license, notice there are 22 apps contained in this package, which is less than the Office 365 E5 license. Let's take a look at the apps included. I'll scroll down. And here we can see some of the common apps included, such as Exchange, Online Flow, Microsoft Planner, Microsoft Teams, and Office 365 Pro. Plus, if we didn't want Bianca to use Power BI Pro, we can simply deselect the app from the list and then click Save Changes. In this way, we can see that Bianca has been granted the Office 365 E5 license. We can also assign multiple users licenses. I've selected Cameron and Chris. I'll then select Manage Product Licenses. And here we can see we can replace or add existing product license assignments. I'll click Next, and now I can modify the license assignments. And click Replace. And here we can see that Cameron and Chris have been assigned the Enterprise Mobility and Security license. Owner, the Global Administrator, or the License Management Administrator can assign or unassign licenses. This is for new users when you create new accounts, and also for existing users when a license is unassigned from a user. Any data, such as the mailbox data, is only held for 30 days before being permanently deleted. Wouldn't you remove a license from a user? You're then able to reassign the license to another user if required. Because Office 365 is cloud-based, your users will consume services from their local country where they reside. However, there are some countries in the world where specific products contained within Office 365 are not licensed to be used. You therefore need to ensure that the appropriate country is selected. When you assign a License Office 365 wheel, then deliver the specific services from the most local data center. This does not affect your data storage location. This is fixed and were determined when your global administrator first signed up for Office 365. You can edit the region by selecting the user and then click the License and Apps link. The location is then displayed, and you can modify the country. Despite Microsoft having dozens of data centers worldwide, not all cloud services are available in every region. Let's take a look at how to increase or remove licenses from your Office 365 subscription. On the left-hand side, I'll head over to Billing. I'll then select Licenses. And here we can see a summary list of the licenses and the available quantity and how many licenses have been assigned. If we want to purchase extra licenses or reduce the number of licenses, we can click on the Products and Services link under Billing. In the Products and Services, we can refine the results to show all subscriptions and active and expired subscriptions. We can review each individual subscription, assign users, extend the trial, and even cancel the subscription. If we want to purchase additional licenses, we'll select Purchase Services under Billing. And here we can see the different products are available that we can add to our subscription. Since we already have a Microsoft 365 subscription, I'll scroll all the way down to the bottom and click Add-ons. This is where we can add specific products to our subscription.